All right, YouTube, welcome back to the 2911 Guitar Shop Studio. We are working on the studio side of things, and as you can see, I've got my Logic Pro open here. I have been trying to figure out what kind of controller I need in order to control my Paradise Guitar Studio plugin, as well as being able to run live loops, all the little different nuanced components that are within the program here. So as you can see, we've got a couple of things open here, and we'll start with the easy one. What I am using to control things today is simply the Logic Pro controller. And it's Logic Pro Remote. It's a free app on iPad, iPhone. I'm guessing if you've got an Apple laptop, Apple computer, you are probably somewhere in the Apple world anyway. If not, there's a few places you can get a cheap iPad. The easiest one is probably going to be Unclaimed Baggage in Scottsboro, Alabama, but you can shop them online at unclaimedbaggage.com. Obviously, there's Amazon and a number of other places that you can get them as well. So as you can see, I've got the live loops up there, and I've also got it on my screen. So I do not have a screen recorder for my computer. However, I have a screen recorder for my iPad. So we are looking at the screen recorder on the iPad in the corner there, and then you're also looking at my live computer page. So live loops, you can see I've got a few of them up there. It's easy enough to just touch them on the iPad and they work. Right? Very simple. So then you can touch the button in the up left hand corner and it gives you all the different controls. So if you wanted to go into chord strips or the mixer, here's your mixer, and with your mixer, of course, you've got a number of different things you can do, your MIDI effects, your ins and outs, your audio effects, your sends, your pans and volumes, or just your volumes. And then you've got a master volume over on the right side here that we can play with. You can see it corresponds to the master volume on the left as well. So as we get into all of this, the other fun thing you can do is, say you've got let me stop this. I've got that control on the iPad as well. We can go into a software instrument, create a track. That will drop us in here. We can go, okay, acoustic drum set. We want the Brooklyn drum set on this one. You can see I've already got a Detroit set. I can select the drum pads. Turn this up so you can hear it a little bit. I am not recording through my I'm not recording through Logic right now, but so you've got all of them that you need here. So you've got all your finger drumming capabilities there on that track, which is great. You can come down here to your next track. If you wanted to go to a smart instrument, actually let's go ahead and put that back here. We can go electric piano. Let's go with a deluxe classic. And there is also a way to perform using keyboard. So then you've got your chords in here. And of course, you can change which chords are in there if you wanted to adjust this to any specific chords. You can do that. Tempos, signatures, I mean, all of that's right here within your controller. Now, to the point I was making at the beginning of this video, one of the most awesome things is I've been trying to find something that will allow me to control my Paradise Guitar Studio. So we are going to go ahead in here and we're going to start another track. I like to do mic or line in. If you do guitar or bass, it automatically opens up a bunch of plugins from Logic, so I never use that. I just create a mic or line in track. Then I can come in on that mic and line in track and we can tell it that I want to plug in. Here's my Paradise Guitar Studio. We want it to go from mono to stereo. So it opens it up on the screen, as you can see, just by doing that. Then I can go into the iPad and I'm gonna blow this up on my screen a bit so that it is easier to see. Where do I do that? See if I can get it a little larger and not have it be too big for my screen. All right, so now I can go into open plugin and it gives me the ability to do my input trim. You can see it moving in the top left of the Paradise Guitar Studio. Same thing with my output on the top right. If I want to adjust my gate, if I want to adjust the tempo, you know, here's your gate threshold moving. It's all right there, easy to get at. You can even adjust your tuner reference if you want to. Now, you go into something like, I don't think I've got anything set up in here. No, I don't have my standards set up in here. But say you want to come in here to your plugins. It's got automatically for this Paradise Guitar Studio plugin, analog memory delay, which is your old school Memory Man, and then a drip spring reverb. And you can go into the app and your pre-effects power for number 3 is off. You can see here. And if I click it on the Logic remote to on, you can see my little light comes on. So here's off, on with the Logic Pro remote. And you can do that for all 5 of them. So again, there's my drip off. There's my reverb on, off, on. Then you can also go into your post effects. So the Studio EQ is on post effect 1. You can see the blue light is on. Now it's off. So you can do that. And then again with the 1176 compressor, you can see it turning on and off as well, which is great. Makes it very easy to do that. Now, one of the things that, I mean, if you're like me, you like to mess with stuff while you're playing. So we're going to come back in here. I'm going to go to the Gold Overdrive. Everybody knows what the Gold Overdrive is. They don't have to tell us. And now this is on number 2. So again, I can turn it on and off. That's great. What if you want to adjust this while you're playing? So you got to come into the computer here. You right click, or if you're using a pad, it's 2-finger click, control number 1. So that's my Gold Overdrive gain now. And I didn't mean to get that off the screen. So, but we can do it here as well. Control number 2, we're going to have be the treble control. Control number 3, we are going to have the output control. that will show up in the Logic remote. And as I move it, so if I grab my overdrive gain and I move it down, you can see it moving within the software here. I'm going to try and get a little better close-up of that. So there is my gain, and as I move it on the Logic remote, it is moving in the program. I set the treble to the second parameter, and it does the same. Third parameter. So you go, hey, that's great. We can see this now. Well, then if you wanted to do other things, I'm not a big fan of the Memory Man, but if we want to go into this reverb so that you can adjust your reverb on the fly, again, we go in here, we tell it that bass is control 1, reverb is control 5, decibel level is control 6, and then within, gotta quit hitting buttons. Then within my controls here, I can adjust within my controls. I can sit here and adjust these as well. So gives you a lot more flexibility. Again, I can sit here and you can see both of them. I can adjust all of them right here from the control pad. I don't have to grab my mouse and fumble around with where's the mouse at and where's the level at. I can just touch it right here quickly and adjust these. Furthermore, if we want to look down here at the enigmatic controls, at your amp controls, I can come in here and I can tell this amp control is going to be 7, and overdrive control I want to be 8. So that's really, it says volume on this program, that's gain. Your master is actually going to be your volume, so we can set that as number 9. So 7 and 8 and 9 are now the gain, the overdrive, and the master gain, right? So again, you can see it moving there. There's my gain. Here I'm adjusting the overdrive level. Let me get this off the screen real quick, and you can see the master is moving. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the same thing I am. Well, what if I wanted to switch back and forth? Well, then you come to this little button here. Hope you can see my mouse down there. You click this and you tell it control number 10. I want to be my overdrive enable. So then control number 10 becomes an on-off switch on here. So I can turn it on and off as well. Was just thrilled to find this. Like I said, I've been looking forever. Nobody says anything about it. I've got a Novation Launch Key 49. I've been looking at launch pads with all the knobs and the sliders. Come to find out, the launch key, the launch pads, I mean, the machine, doesn't matter which one of your MIDI controllers you buy, it will not control this through Logic. It doesn't play that way. Since it won't control this through Logic, I've been messing with things, and I decided to start diving into the Logic Pro remote, and come to find out, it works perfect. I mean, for everything you want, it's at the touch of your fingers. So while you're recording, even if you're using this for a live setup, it just makes it so much easier to be able to do this. And I mean, if you want your mid control set up on here, if you want the boost control set up on here, every one of these is now, there's your deep mids on and off. Here's your boost on and off. you can set these up where you're not having to mess with it. I mean, even something as simple as the normal and FET channel, I can make that control number 13. And then when you go in here, it's normal channel, FET channel. It makes everything easy. You can use it right from your iPad. You don't have to mess with your mouse. You don't have to mess with the keyboard. It made this so simple and so seamless. I wanted to get it out and share it for those of you who are using Logic Pro, Paradise Guitar Studio. If you've got an iPad on the side, this just made my life so much easier. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. They really help me reach other communities, larger audience, trying to grow this channel. So have a great weekend. Have a great 4th of July if you're here in the States. I do know I've got some people over in Italy, so ciao, and have a great weekend. Take care. Thanks a lot.